everyone, Richard Carlton here. It's another exciting day. We are having a awesome 5-day lean design video course with the FileMaker platform. We're learning all about making high performance applications that run quickly. In fact, every day people are learning, I'm learning, and I'm supposed to be a senior engineer, and about the time I think I know everything, it's always the fatal thing that the senior people make. They make the assumption they've learned all there is to learn and we are experts. You find out that every day you should be learning, make an effort to learn something new, because people here are being humbled by Nick. Nick is awesome. So I want to introduce to you Nick Hunter.
Hello, how are you today? I'm Nick Hunter, and I'm a 30 years experienced FileMaker developer. And I worked 7 years at FileMaker Incorporated here in Santa Clara. And so that's why, it makes me a little bit different, because I have an intimacy with the product that normally you can't have, because I worked there and I worked with the engineers and I got pretty much involved in many exciting things over there. And I created many objects like popover and bar control and button bars and slide, etc., etc., etc. So it's cool.
Cool. Well, welcome once again to everyone. So we're happy to have Nick here. We're going to get things kicked off. So real quick, we're going to cover the overarching basic stuff. Welcome to Lean Design Day 4. In fact, we got some conversations from people. We were talking to them, and there was the thought that, it was an official presentation and we needed I think the conversation come up from a couple people that, we should practice it more because we're going back and forth. And I think there's this thought process that really it's more of a conversation. It's not like an official presentation with guys and ties and no. It's a conversation. So real quick, the overarching goal here for you, it's really important that we want to make you an awesome FileMaker developer. Your customers, whether those are yourself, your organization, or maybe someone that's hired you, they need you to make great FileMaker applications that work rapidly. Your customers need you to be awesome. And I'm not saying you're not awesome. I'm just saying that if I can learn new stuff I didn't know, and my senior engineers are learning stuff that they didn't know, then probably there's things that you need to know as well. So additionally, real quick, a little bit of boilerplate. We have an updated FileMaker 18 video course. We do training, we do a lot of consultation, we do a lot of development. If you're interested in talking to one of our engineers about getting some coaching or some assistance, send us an email to support@rcconsulting.com. That's support@rcconsulting.com. If you're interested in supporting the efforts here and you don't have our video training course, go to fmtraining.tv. You see that second link down there, and you'll see the video courses, and buy the 18 video course. Or if you want a bundle and you want all our courses, you want to support us. Real quick, the goal for today, we're making high-speed applications that really will work great. If you don't take the time to make a great high-speed application, then it's not going to work very well. So this slide right here is important. I want to cover this briefly. Basically, we have 4 groups of people we're talking to. We have basic, beginning, intermediate users. We have beginning, intermediate, and advanced ninjas. Originally, we thought this course would be for brand new people and intermediates to some degree to learn how to build custom applications. But I can tell you that the senior people are all learning stuff today. And so we have business owners who are also there as well. If you're a business owner, you're a manager, make sure that the people that are doing FileMaker work for you are learning this material.
Today we are going to learn about using Quickfine. So, and I'm going to explain you why Quickfine is your new best friend. To me, and for many people, knowing how Quickfine is working, that's the fastest feature in the entire FileMaker platform. So, if you want to do finds, searches, you have to prioritize Quickfine over anything else. So, so you can, I'm going to explain you how Quickfine works and how you can tweak it and how you can get a great thing out of it.
We had at least 1 or 2 questions actually, but they were buried. It was buried up here. The Carry Future Pacer. How would you recommend using auto enter with related tables?
It depends what you want to do. A related record won't trigger the auto entry. So if the calculation inside, if the formula inside the auto entry calculation calls a related record, a related field and you change this related field, that won't trigger the auto enter.
That's correct.
That is the deal. So I'm going to come back to this a little bit later because I missed to explain something about the auto entry calculation yesterday, and you guys need to learn about the context. That's something you need to learn if you want to go to the next level. You need to learn about the context. Context in calculation is crucial to get to understand how those auto entry stuff works. Okay, so I'm going to continue the thing. So we are going to do that, and then we are going to learn the PerformQuickfine on server. This is the next. This is level 3 in your journey to become a senior engineer. So we are going to learn how to debug those piece of scripts because this is a problem. Is we don't have a debugger that runs on server. So when you send a script to server, then it's gone and it's over there in the server, and you don't have control on it anymore. Yes, but no, we have control on it. I'm going to explain you. So, and I'm going to explain you how to debug those things. I'm going to demonstrate a feature that I built. I call the Pisos debugger. It's neat. It's very neat, and you will have that in the sample file. So, and I'm going to demonstrate from the sample file, so you will know how it works. And then we are going to learn how to build light bulb speed, like warp speed finds throughout relationship, throughout multiple tables, using a technique we call transfer of found set. I learned this technique of transfer of found sets when I was at FileMaker. Actually, FileMaker Incorporated is using FileMaker Pro database to track and to keep and to inform, to get all the bugs they find in the products. Everything is logged and entered into a database, a FileMaker solution. So they have this solution was of the most advanced, the most complex solution I had to work in my entire career because it's a solution that gets used since day one of FileMaker Claris, right? They have the bug number 1 that got filed into the solution in 1985, right? So it's a huge, humongous database. And the transfer of found set is something that I learned from Keith Proctor at FileMaker, they use an extensive usage of the transfer of found set. So I learned this technique from there, right? And since I'm addicted to this technique because it's so great, so simple, and so fast, right? So we are going to walk through all of this, right? First, I want to talk about Quickfine, right? Because Quickfine, Quickfine is what we call, is this, right? Here you have, let me zoom in. Quickfine is what you have in this field here. We call that Quickfine here. So the Quickfine is kind of you type something here and he found it. You type iPad and he found it. You see it changes. So let's say I have 104 records here. If I tap cell, I have 183 records. So he searched throughout all the solution. So people hate Quickfine because they don't understand the concept too much. So Quickfine can destroy your performance when you don't use it wisely. So let's go to the view menu, and you go to show the Quickfine we call badge on the field. You see here now that I'm showing the Quickfine badge. I have here green, 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 everything green. That's the Green New Deal. And here, blam, you have an orange. Why? It's because it is inside a portal. And then you start doing Quickfine through relationship, through a related table. If you do that, you're doomed. It will be slow, and you will start having the query kind of a dialogue and the forever. And if you click cancel, it takes longer to cancel than to finish it. So it's that's why many of you guys I know don't like Quickfine for this reason. But it's a pity because it's just because FileMaker didn't do a good job here to prevent that to happen. And I asked them many times to do that. So see, for example, orange, orange, orange. Everything that is orange is terrible performance when you do Quickfine. But Quickfine, when you know how to use it, has tremendous potential. First potential I want to show you here. Let's go to the lean design here. I have a Quickfine kind of example. So let's say I'm searching, I'm searching Adara. Okay, go. I have Adara, it's here. Now I'm searching Texas, right? Go. I have Texas. So you can hijack, you can create a field and use that field as a Quickfine entry instead of using the field or the toolbar. I'm not using the status toolbar. I'm not using that. All my solutions are, this is hidden. I'm not using this. So I don't have access to this. So you have kind of a global field, and then, you call it Quickfine field, and it's a global. And then you type whatever you want, and then you have a very simple piece of script, which is PerformQuickfine, and you say which field you want the Quickfine to perform with, the information you want, the criteria, and then you point to the Quickfine field you created. So it's very simple, and then you have a Quickfine feature. Of course, in this here, that the beauty of the Quickfine also, of course, here you can put any kind of calculation. It's a calculation dialog, so you can put whatever you want as a Quickfine query request, right? So at the contrary, when you use a perform find here, you see how many things you have to do here. You have to create this, then specify, then create new, and then search the context you want. And then here the criteria cannot be a calculation. They have to be something status. So pretty much what we do, we create a variable. Okay, we create a variable, and we say this. So we said I search the ID contact with the variable, and then before the script step, you said set variable, and then you say, okay, I want this variable, and you set up the variable name variable, and then you put whatever calculation you want here in this variable. This is not great at all. So PerformFine, I'm using PerformFine sometimes, but most of the time I'm using Quickfine. So because PerformQuickfine is there, and then boom, you have the calculation. You don't have to enter those things and stuff like that. And as you will see, it's extremely powerful. So let's continue here. So I have my Quickfine. I said Texas, right? I said Texas. I have Texas, right? But now let's say I can say Arizona, and I can say go and stuff like that. But now I want, for example, Kim in Tex. Okay, there's no Kim in Arizona. Okay, how that happens? I type Kim Ari with a space. So you can cumulate your request with a space, and you just need to add the beginning of each request. So if I say Finn, for example, let's say I say offshore, okay, and I say, or I can say Finn R, it will find it. Finn because it's Finlay, and R is because it's AR of Arizona. So now you understand the power of this is that you can say I want all the Kim, right? So I have 3, and then I want the one in Arizona, I have one. Or I want the one in Mississippi. I saw that there's one in Mississippi. I have the one in Mississippi. So if you want to do that with PerformFine, good luck for you. Good luck. It's and of course the Quickfine is operating on all the fields that are in the layouts, right? And all the fields that are on the layout. So Quickfine search on this at the same time. Let's say you don't want, let's say, for example, here I have some created by Nick. I said Nick, okay, Nick Hunter. Those are all created by me. See, created by me, because I have some not created by me, see? But if I said I want the the Nick Mississippi, okay? Those are the Mississippi created by Nick because I have Nick Hunter, right? So now you understand the power of this. So he searched on throughout all the current layout. I'm in this layout and I'm searching on those fields. Of course, if I say don't search on this one, just go to the inspector and you just say here, do not include the Quickfine for this field. So now if I'm searching the same, it will find nothing because Nick is no longer part of the thing. If I put it back and I said go, he search it. There's no problem. Say let's go again. See, go, he search, he find. So this is the basic of Quickfine. It's extremely powerful. So now let's dig further. Let's dig further and go and see how it works really. So here I have a real solution. I say, okay, I want to search iPad. So I have 104 iPads, okay, 104. If I say cell phone, I click and I have 183 cell phone. If I say I want workstation, I have 210. I want you to see how slow it is. You notice that it's slow. When I tap cell, is doing something, searching something, and then see up. And I say workstation. I click Quickfine, is doing something, is search, and bang. So it's not instant. Keep that in mind on the side because we are going next to talk about the pesos, right? So now I have my workstation, but I want the workstation only of the current user, right? Or the user that is currently logged in user. Okay, this is a logged in user. I want to search assets only for this guy, not all of them. This is showing all the workstations. Okay, all the workstations for everybody. I want only the workstation for me because I'm the guy logged in. So just in my Quickfine, I say take whatever you search for, like workstation, and paste also as a second criteria in the Quickfine. I want the ID of the logged in user, and when I click Quickfine here, you will see that I only have 2. So I remove this. I have all the workstations. I put back my ID. I have only the workstation for this guy. So try to imagine something you want to constrain. All the craziness we are building, PerformQuickfine and constrain, and okay. Look, it's I know it's a simple example, but I'm using that in a much advanced way. So that saved me all those multi criteria PerformQuickfine. When you have to say PerformQuickfine on this field with this field with this. Here I don't need. I just need to say, okay, I want the workstation. I don't even have to tap workstation. I take works, okay, or cells or cell, right? Cell phone, right? So and you see the query. Each time I'm doing fine, I have this progress bar. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So you see, I have only 3 cell phone. If I remove this ID from here, now I have much more. I have 183. So now I say, okay, Nick. I don't have in my layout the user ID field. No, I don't have. Do I have it? Do I have an ID, a cell, a field that shows this? No, I don't. If you want to extend the quick find capabilities, but you want to find on fields that you don't have on the layout, you don't want to display, but you still want to find them, you still want to find in these fields, you add those fields on the explicit area on the side. Everything you put here makes the quick find works. So This is another explanation why people don't like Quickfine, is because most of the time we have a bunch of garbage on the side, and sometimes you have a copy paste from another table, and then you have the Quickfine activated on those fields, and then you use Quickfine, and you don't know why, but when you use Quickfine, it takes 2 hours to do a Quickfine because you have this query dialog and stuff like that. That's because you have a garbage on the side of the screen, and you don't even know, and you forgot about them because they are off screen. Sometimes they are far away out of the screen. So that's why. So be careful with Quickfine. Make sure you activate only the field you need, and if you need extra field, put them on the side, and then Quickfine we find on those fields. So I have the ID foreign key user ID. So that means every asset is linked to one user. Okay, so the one that were linked to this user is, so that's why I'm finding only those fields. So that was kind of an introduction on Quickfine. I'm going to continue to use Quickfine in my demo on the PSOs. So that's why I wanted you guys to know about Quickfine right now. Another good friend of yours, because we are all friends here. Another good friend of yours that you are going to learn today, and in order to to move up on your journey of becoming a senior engineer.
We have a question. Is there a way to set the default for Quickfine to be off when adding a new field to a layout?
I don't think so. That's the problem. So when you add a field, is on automatically. No, it's not. Okay, I know. I remember now. If I put this one on, if I have one on, for example, I put this one on. Let's say this one, and I put that on, right? Then if I drag another one, it will be on as well. See, it's on. If I add another one, it's on. But if I turn this off and I create a new one, then it's on too. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, no, there's no. It's weird. I thought it was going to do that, but no. It would be logical actually to do that, but no. So you need to be careful on this. So that's why you need to go and show Quickfine's thing here, because of course if you don't show the badge, you don't even have a clue of what happened here. But when you show it, say okay, Quickfine, and then you can see the badge. And when you see a badge that is orange, a green badge is fine. Green badge, there's no incidents. But when you start having the green, the orange, that's bad. I mean, bad is you need to turn them off. If you want to turn off completely a Quickfine on your layout, you go to the layout here and you say you can just enable Quickfine, or you can. So that means Quickfine is not available at all in this layout. So you can deactivate Quickfine at the wall, right? Yeah, you need to be careful on this. Yeah, go ahead.
So we also have another question here. They're just asking, from looking at the layouts from earlier, they're asking, is there a reason why you want the side control on the edge?
Oh, this? Yes, that's a reason. Yes, that's a reason. Okay, the reason there is that to navigate a slide control when you don't have the dots. Normally you have the dots. In my design, you don't want the dots. The dots is not necessary. Doesn't hurt, but it's not necessary. So when you don't have the dots to navigate, the only way to navigate is to select I mean, there's two ways now. But the first way to navigate through the slide is to select the slide and double click on it. And then you have this dialog coming, and then you can navigate through the slide with these arrows here. Okay. Sometime, sometime what happened is a portal that takes over all the real estate of a slide. So I have no way to go and double click on the side. If I double click on the portal, because the portal occupies everything, right? So to prevent that to happen and let me have the ability to go to to select the slide, I have it here, and then I can, even though there's something covering the entire slide, like that, if I have something covering the entire slide, I still can access the slide on the side here. That's my preference. Of course, doesn't matter. You can just do this, right? It's it doesn't have any incidence. I want to jump with your new friend, and your new friend is what we call the list of summary fields. So yesterday with Rick we have a conversation about this, and I have the answer why it's working that way. So why list of is in the summary field. So now you need to understand what list of is doing. List of is just getting the list of all the current font set. Yeah, the current font set. You have a current font set, and you want all the records of one field. For example, here, hold on, here I want the current font set. So list of. I want the summary field list of the IDs. I want all the asset IDs in the list of my current font set, because that's how summary field works. Summary fields works directly linked, related to the font set, right? So, like for example, here, if I show all, I have all those IDs, okay? But if I search only my cell phone, I click here, I have only 3 IDs. This is a free, see, we have free records here. This is the free IDs of those phones, okay? So that's what list of is doing. List of operates on the current table. List of works like summary. It's a summary field. So list of is a summary like total, average, count, minimum, maximum, and stuff like that. And you can select only related fields. You can't go to another table, okay? For that, we have another list function, okay? And I'm going to explain that later. But the list of is very important because, so first of all, you need to understand why FileMaker created that. They wanted to introduce SQL in FileMaker. So a SQL doesn't exist in FileMaker. It's just it tastes like SQL, but it's not. So when you type something like a SQL statement like that, what's FileMaker do? FileMaker translate what you ask with SQL language into a FileMaker language and using FileMaker technology. So in order to get all those list of data, they needed to come with the list of, right? Because otherwise SQL doesn't work, because SQL rely on this, right? So pretty much what we do, what we are going to learn today is to replace SQL with pieces and relationships and stuff like that, right? So we're going to work on it. So list of very, very important for the rest. And what is important to know is list of is I love list of, it's a. So list of works also is tied to the font set. That is cool. It's tied to the font set. Before, just an aparté. Before we could do that using a hack. We could do that with a hack. It was slow. It was hard to implement. You need a 5 or 6 relational. So now with this, so it's tied to the font set, but also it's tied to the sort order. You can see the sorts change. See the order of this. So list of relies on the font set and the sort order, and also on the sub-summary sort by stuff like that. So when you start using, all those summary function, get summary, you take the summary field and you want to break fields, right? You want to break by a field, and you want a list of something broken by something you want to break out. So you can use this technique here. I'm not going to explain that too much because we need to move on.
So real quick on the SQL stuff. So here's the deal with this. Nick hit this, and I want to frame the conversation a little bit. He did just fine, but I want to add some color commentary. So running SQL statements in FileMaker is very popular. There is a gross misconception, and I've been in webinars and things where I was sitting next to Clay Mackel, who him and Nick were buddies and all this, and Clay Mackel is an engineer at FileMaker, has been there 30 years, has more FileMaker experience than I do, which is saying something because I've only been around 29 years, and he was beating his head on the table just about. I could hear the thunking sound, and that's because the people presenting, the developers that would present about SQL would say, it's faster, faster, faster than FileMaker because it's SQL, that's not a true statement. So what Nick said is true. When you issue a SQL command to FileMaker, it translates it into FileMaker ease internally. It does the work, it brings it back, then it has to retranslate it back into SQL. That takes time. There's an overhead for that. So if you can cut around and get what you want without going through the SQL, you're better off. Now, where does SQL generally is popular, and that's where I'm going to explain this, and Nick and I discussed, so he knew I was going to say this. And the idea is that SQL is popular because you can write the SQL that's in FileMaker doesn't allow you to edit records. So it's only about finding data, retrieving data, looking at data. And what it allows you to do is write a command that allows you to gather data from different tables that are not in any way related. So it allows you to dig into the FileMaker under the hood, and SQL statements allow you to very temporarily specify a fictional relationship that doesn't exist. FileMaker builds the relationship almost in memory in real time. It extracts the data, brings it back, translates it, gives it back to you. So you can do some data collection and reviewing and finding without actually having a relationship in the relational diagram. It's like a temporary bridge relationship that's set up, and then when it's done, it blows it up, it's gone. So you never see it. That's the one good thing about SQL, but strictly speaking, if you can have the knowledge of Nick and understand where to make things faster, you can drive around it. I'm just explaining, so when you hear people say it's popular, there's one specific area where it's extraordinarily useful, and that is if you don't want to create a relationship to do this sort of stuff. So Nick has ways around this, etc., and he'll talk about that. But the idea is that understand that there's a gross misconception, right? Misconception is that it's faster. Not true. A true statement would be if you had a test, not saying this is the test, this is not on the certification test, but what is a true statement about SQL? It's faster than FileMaker. No, wrong. It's actually technically slower. It allows you to construct a find or a search through a relationship without actually defining the relationship. That's a true statement. So just understand the two things there. So I'm going to send it back to Nick, but I'm
here what I'm going to do, yesterday after the presentation I walked for Alan, and so I'm pretty much yesterday what I did, I replaced a statement like that takes forever to perform, and I replaced the thing like, for example, I have one, so this is Alan, and I want to get the list of his jobs throughout 100,000 records and stuff like that. I click get list and bam, no SQL. And I replace all this craziness the script users saw by two mere relationships. Big deal. Right? Okay. Two mere relationship. And I mean, relationship like crazy simple, like from a global field to another global field, right? So look, there's ways to go over SQL, and there's way to do what I call lean design. This is a good example of the lean design. These two relationships with a script that is like, this is a script set field. I don't even have a script. I just have a single step button that says set field, right? That's it. And I replaced this stuff here with this, right? Two relationship and one script step. Now let's move on to PSOS. So what the PSOS is, right? Okay, so it performs quit on server. So what it means that, let's say you are in one computer, right? And then you say, oh, I want to do something on server, no problem. It's like you standing up, go in the room where the server is, right? And walk on the machine of the server, log in, open the file, and do what you want to do on the server. It's like doing this. It's like you are logged in with this machine, you go to another machine, which is a server, you log in again, you open the file, you log in again, right? And then you do something. But when you do so, when you ask the server to do something, he has no clue where you were. He has no clue the record you were in. He has no clue what's going on. It's brand new. It's like open. It's like going open, file, recent, open. It's the same thing. He doesn't know squat about what you were doing, right? So that's the difficulty. That's why people doesn't like pieces, because they don't understand. Oh, I was in this record in this layout. That means I was in this context, and the pieces didn't do anything. It's a return bunch of errors and stuff like that. Of course, it doesn't have a clue about what you're doing, right? Or sometimes a guy said, "Yeah, I created pieces, and all my customer disappeared." I say, "Yeah, you said delete all in the wrong table. You didn't say to go to the item table. You said delete all, go to, you said you didn't do anything. So the first layout, it lands on the first layout and then delete all. That's what you did. Okay. So the first thing you need to do on the performance script on server, you need to define the context again. Let's say I am in this account and I want to perform a Quickfine. I want to perform a search using perform script on server. So here what happened. First you cannot, okay, so other thing also you need to know about pieces. You cannot perform a script on server directly from a button or directly from a trigger or directly from anything. You need to have a script, and then within this script, you set perform script on server. You cannot have a button like this, say perform script on server. No, you cannot do that, So you need first to go to what we call a local script. That means a script that runs locally on the machine. And then inside you have a pieces, right? So, and then you have perform script on server from this. So that's the first thing you need to do. Questions? Okay, go ahead.
So we have the question is asking in chat from Rob. Is it possible to debug a script when you use PSauce?
Yes, yeah, it's possible to debug a script on PSauce. I'm going to demonstrate different techniques how to do that. So now you know that a script on server must be performed from a local script. Okay, so here what I'm doing, what the heck I am doing here, right? I'm here, and what I want to achieve like this, and I click here and I have California, right? So I have all the contacts and with California and stuff like that, right? So why I have California? Oh yeah, because anything where you have California, like here I have California, here I have California somewhere, California. Oh, so every single account that has California in contacts and California in products, will show up. Like if I say, if I'm here and let me take something. Okay, if I am here and I type payroll, I research, it show me all the accounts, the 30 accounts where in those lists, on both lists, contact and product, I have payroll. Here I have payroll, right? So here I have payroll. And here I have payroll also here, see? So the search, what the search is doing, it's performing a find on the contact table and on the product table, and then it comes and it show me the accounts that has what I want to search in those both polls, right? So, but you want that to be fast. You want that to be like the Thunderbolt, right? So, and you don't want like I showed you earlier. You remember where I said keep on the side? That was very slow and stuff like that. You will see the different later. So here what I'm going to do. But the server doesn't know what I typed here. The server. When I type something here and I'm perform the script on server, the server doesn't know I type payroll here. The server doesn't know that I type a payroll here. Why? Because this is a global, and the server, there's no way I can send there's no way the server can retrieve this information I typed in this record, in this field. So you need to find another way to send information to the server. Okay. So for that we use script parameters, right? So that is a great example for me to introduce you to script parameters. So how script parameters work? So here what I'm doing here, when I save something, that means when I change something, I said Cali, right? When I change, because if I go in out, it doesn't do anything, because is only if I made a change. A change. It's only when I made a change here that it does something, right? So that is on object save. Yeah, is on object save. Okay. So here I have my local script, and with this I am pretty much sending to this script. I'm sending to the script that I am launching here, the global script. I'm sending the get active content field. So field content. So whatever is in this field, I send it to the server. I send it to the scripts. So now these scripts, right? This script here, the local script, knows what inside the thing. Demonstration. So I say show dialog. And now I show you how to call the script parameter. When you are in the script and you want to refer whatever is in the script parameter block, what you say get, we said get script parameter. Okay? So now, look what happened here. Look what happened. So I tap Cali, bam, it says Cali. I type payroll, bam, it said payroll. So the script is taking the information I have in the active content and keeps it until during the process of the script. Until the script is done, this information in the parameter is available at any time using the get script parameter thing here. And that's how I'm saying that if that empty, show all. See? Bam, show all. If that's empty. If it's not empty, show nothing. If it's empty, show all. See? So that's why, because I said if it's empty, the get script parameter. If there's nothing in the script parameter, so that show all. So after that, what I'm doing is say, okay, now I'm here and I want to ask the server. I want to ask the server to do something, a task for me. So why are we doing that? Why are we doing, or are we asking the server to do a task for us? Is because the server code, application code, the software on server is much more optimized for search, for find, for search, for any kind of deep interaction like that, set fields and replace and stuff like that. They optimize the code for that. They optimize the software for that. Cache is not used at all the same way. And you have another big advantage is when you do replace, when you do relookup, when you do find, search, whatever on server, you do that locally. It's like you had your file walking on your computer, and you don't care about the server, about the network. You don't care about your file is on the other side of the planet, and then you have the back and forth thingy and stuff like that, and slow down everything. You don't have this impediment. You go straight to the server. The server has the file locally in his hard drive, and then you say, okay, search for this, and then or do this, replace this, relook up all those fields and stuff like that. And then you when it's done, it kills the script, and then you go back to it continue. The script continues its process, right? So that's why PerformQuickfine on server is very important to know. Now I want to explain you something else about the pixels. That doesn't mean you need to use pixels for everything all the time, for any single thing, like, oh, create a new record, you go to pixels, no, you don't do that. You don't swat a mosquito with an atomic bomb. You don't. So you need to use pixels only for the deep, big things, or the things that are typically slow, like a replace throughout records, a relookup throughout records, search throughout different tables, different occurrences and stuff like that. You need to use pixels. But otherwise, most of the time you don't need to use pixels. I mean, for a regular task, but for heavy tasks, to prevent the people to have this progress bar and say, okay, replacing like that, right? No. You go server, you go to the table, and you replace the field, replace and buy. And you will see it's instant. It takes like what? 20, 30 milliseconds when it will have taken something like 12 to 13 minutes in your computer, right? Here where we are. So let's continue what the thing is doing. So something I want to show you guys here. Let's say I'm performing these scripts. I'm in the workspace and I want to and I'm performing this script and I want to open this script in a new tab. I press Command on the Mac. I'm on the Mac, and then it opens. You click on the script and it opens in a new tab. So that is good because we wanted that for a long period of time. So you can open quickly a script from another script. Yep.
Can you say it one more time? What's the command?
Command. You click on this. If you click, you open. If you click Command click, that means Alt click on PC, right? You Alt / Command click, then you open the script in a new tab. That saves you time actually. So now, what the script doing? So now we are in the server. Here we are local. So locally, I took with the parameter, I took whatever I typed in this global field, and now I'm going to send to the server whatever I type in the global field, right? So I'm sending to the server, to the script that perform on server. I'm sending whatever I have typed in this field. So get script parameter is when you say, okay, take those. So in the parameter of the script, you say get the script parameter of the current running one, right? And then here now, what the script is doing. Now I'm on the server. I have no control of what happened here. I'm on the server. The server doesn't have a clue about what I was doing. So I need to position myself back in context. So where do I want to search? I want to search in the account table. So I need to ask the server to go to a layout where related to the account table. So you go to the layouts in the server is going to the layout, even though it won't display anything on any screen. It's just that it needs to go to the context. Go to layout, you go to the context, you go to the table you need to go, to the occurrence you need to go. Then what it's doing, it performs a Quickfine in this layout. So pretty much what the server is doing is going to contact, is doing whatever you can see here. I put the green Quickfine only on free fields. It's doing a Quickfine on this, right? In this table. And then if there's no errors, because you need on PISOs, you need to catch errors. You need to stop it. You need each time something can fail, you need to have something, a safeguard that stopped it. So you perform script on server here. So you perform the Quickfine. If there's no errors, set a variable with the list of the account ID. Right? That means it goes to the account table. Sorry, it goes to the account table, right? So the account table here. It do a search, a quick search on those two fields. It do a search, and then if there's no errors, it set a variable with the list of the ID, account ID. Like for example, here is doing this. Is doing a variable with the list of account. So I have a variable with all the accounts of the IDs that he found with the criteria I ask. And then he keeps going. Now I go to contact and he do exactly the same thing. In contact, perform Quickfine on whatever I typed in the search. If there's no error, give me the list of the account ID of all the contacts with this account ID related. And then he go to the product table. He does exactly the same thing. He perform a find. And then if there's no error in a third, so you have the one variable, one list, plus another one, plus a third one. So you have three lists. So at the beginning, maybe you will have 2 records. Then on accounts, then maybe on contact you have 10. That means you have now 12. And then on the third, maybe you have nothing. If on nothing, maybe on product with what you typed, so you return nothing. And then at the end, when you're done with this, when the script is done, when the script is over, you need to use what we call the exit script command. So this is very important because this is when you can send back a result to the script that originated the pieces. So from here, from this script here, the local script, I send the parameter with the script parameter. I said, okay, I type this in this field. Then the pieces operates, execute everything, and then at the end, you say, okay, I'm done. Here's the results. That was I said, exit script text results. And the result for me, it's whatever is in the list of the result one. Additionally, I want the list of the result 2, and I want the list of the result 3. So let me show you what happened when it happened. So let's say I'm doing this, and how? So the pieces is sending back from the exit script. It's sending back the information to the originated script. And then I want to capture these results. I want to, the pieces send me back information. How I can get it? Then you use the get scripts results, right? So what the script results doing? Let's say I'm doing the same thing I was doing before. Payroll, I execute BAM. This is what it does. It returns a list of IDs. He found those IDs with payroll. That's what it did. All of those are account ID. That means contacts and products are related to accounts. So I want whatever contacts and whatever product you found, the script found, I want back the account ID. Then I can know that all those accounts has a contact or a product related to them with those the criteria I sent.
So that wraps up our part 7 conversation with Nick Hunter on lean design. Now, we're leaving off with Nick really diving into the best parts of how to manage PSOS and really make it work for you. And in the next part, which is the beginning of part 8, he's going to dive into how to transfer the found sets and really have PSOS work to save you a lot of time as you build reports or basically accomplish tasks within the FileMaker platform. I'll see you in the next part.